from the beginning, Miras approached us during the time when I was at Benoit for a competition on the beach plot, which was at that time just a car park on the beach at JBR. They saw an opportunity to create an urban environment but on a beach, and that really hadn't been done before. We come up with this concept based around a kind of diverse environment where you've got people going to the beach, but you've also got people going to kind of urban lunches, dinners, all that kind of stuff. So you actually get quite a broad mix of people arriving in that area, and it was a very fresh approach, very different.
The beach was a turning point for BSBG. I think it was a turning point for Miras as well, and it really kick-started their sort of development cycle, and I think it sort of really kick-started our push into major, complex, high-end projects. It came about because Mike Lewis, who was working at Benoit at the time as the studio lead and design director, he needed to reach out to a safe pair of hands that he knew or felt could deliver on his vision. We became the lead consultant, the executive architect, the structural engineer, to basically take Mike's concept to deliver it right through to completion.
What's interesting about the scheme is that from a developer point of view, is the activation of the spaces between the buildings actually is as important as the tenancies of the retails and the cafes itself. And I think that's a really, really important lesson in design, is it's not necessarily just about the architecture. It's also about the spaces between the building and understanding what people perceive. It's something I believe in incredibly strongly, that you cannot lose sight of who the end user is. And I think the beach is a great testament to that.
In terms of the challenges, it was the innovation with the program. So Mike's design style was not something that had ever been done before. That sort of combination of materials and systems on all of the different buildings and all of the elevations to then be built in a fast-track way. When you've got to detail so much with so many different materials and so many systems, it can't just be a vision, it has to be clearly articulated in technical detailing as to exactly what you want and need, so the contractor understands it, can then go on and procure it, and can then laterally build it. The legacy of the beach is that you're associated with something that changed the social landscape of Dubai. I mean, it created a purpose for that area, it created great amenity, and it's just so popular because of its scale, what it contains, but I think what it represents.
You could probably place the beach as a project in Miami or in Chicago, or, you know, it's sort of transferable as a piece of architecture. It's a sort of two-story F&B and retail, and it becomes this sort of active destination and an address in its own right that people want to be part of. So it becomes a kind of day out. You can spend an entire day at the beach, and I think that's probably why it's so successful as well, is the fact you can go for breakfast, lunch and dinner and do yoga and go to the gym. There's so much activation there. You know, it's entertainment retail, let's call it that.